Hey, we're live.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm not even looking at it. Welcome to the drive home. This is Sean Patrick Boy, and that's Pete Paguaga. I literally just walked in the door, coming back from New Canaan. Connecticut DOT picked a great time to start paving over Route 15. That was fun. They did that right before the Sikorsky Bridge, so wonderful. But hey, welcome right now. Here we are. You guys aren't sick of us yet.
we are
We got
flustered.
We have a pregame show. We have so much going on. We just got back from New Canaan versus Greenwich. Obviously, the big number 1 versus number 2 game down at Dunning Field, and it was number 1 New Canaan defeating Greenwich 14-7. Defense, Pete. I said it in the pregame keys. My X Factor showed up. That would be Maddox Hoffman, who threw a couple pair of touchdown passes, some nice ones too in that first half. And the defense did the rest. Ryan Brooks, we were talking about in the parking lot before he got back here. He was just unbelievable tonight, and so was Mike Hiram, and so was a lot of them who hated defense. And they had to do it, Pete, as we'll all find out. They had to do it, especially in that fourth quarter, without Andrew Esposito, who left the game with an undisclosed injury. We're not going to speculate what it was. There's a lot of different people saying different things about what happened, but he did have to be taken off the field and attended to, and left the game in the fourth quarter. Greenwich made a little bit of comeback. All of a sudden, Hector Lopez had a big touchdown run right after they got stopped at the goal line. You thought that game was over, 14-0. They got stopped at the goal line, 4th and 12. But the Greenwich defense held, gave their offense a chance, and 14-7. They had a chance. They had 5 minutes to go. They had the ball in New Canaan territory, and then the big play. The New Canaan was Mikey Hiram, who actually stripped it and recovered the fumble at the 10-yard line. And that, as they say, was that after a first down. Quick shout out to the New Canaan fans who showed up. I did not even put that even in my pregame videos, but a lot of the players were a little rankled by the fact that they left that Bunnell game too, and we highlighted it. But they showed up in force. They were singing, they were waving their American flags, and they were chanting, and they stayed the entire game. They needed to, because this was a really good one, Pete. But just take your thoughts on it, your boys. Granted,
I mean, look, the energy showed up a little there in the second half for the offense. Obviously, Esposito leaving the game, there was more options on, for them offensively to try and go down the field, and a couple of nice passes to Hector Lopez, to Jack Kelly. But Greenwich made a lot of mistakes, and they got in their own way, and they had the ball on the 2 3rd and goal, 2 penalties in a row, 3rd and goal from the 12. Then you take a sack, you go for it on 4th because you have to, tip ball at the line. But they still had an opportunity. 1:24 left. They were facing, I think it was 4th and 7. And I got to shout this kid out, Jackson Crowell. He came in on the blitz and forced the quick pass on that 4th down, which turned to the interception by Blake Schwartz to end the game, or not to end the game, but to give New Canaan the ball. They were able to get the first down and put the game away. But, we talk a lot about Esposito. We talk a lot about Ryan Brooks, but those two guys, came together on that final drive to force the interception to put the game away.
That's right.
It was.
Right. I forgot that was the Hiram fumble recovery was after that was when, how much time was left in that one? I don't remember.
I think 6 minutes.
Yeah, so they actually got the ball back again, and then they had to pick off. So
that was pick off the Schwartz at the pickoff, but Crowell, he came in forced. He came in untouched and kind of caused some chaos there, and
they did a lot of that tonight.
They rushed the throw. They came together, and they're the number 1 team in the state for a reason. They proved it today. Be interested to see how the poll shakes out in regards to the rest of the teams after it, but that's a conversation for Monday.
Yeah, well, plenty to say, lots of highlights, lots of things to talk about. We got to find out what's going on with Esposito, obviously, because you don't want that to be. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, we wish him the best. I don't think it's serious, but I'm not. I don't know.
It's hard. It's tough to speculate. You just know if you look at their schedule, going forward, They have Stanford next week and then Staples. So they go Stanford, Staples, Trumbull, Darien. So we'll see. Hope he's feeling better and hope he's okay. You never want to see someone get injured. So
yeah, definitely changed a little bit of the dynamic. You can kind of feel Greenwich go, and we can kind of get some things going here. But when he's in there and then they're able to do stuff, look out. I mean, he made some great catches tonight too, some great defensive plays. He's just a great player. So
it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a really fun game.
I said to you in the parking lot after, like, Jack Kelly was all over the field defensively for Greenwich. He was great. Hector Lopez was my X factor in the game. He made some great plays at the big 49-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
The big guys, the big players stepped up in this game, which is always something you want to see. You want big-time players to show out in big-time games, and both sides they did. But Greenwich has to clean up a lot of stuff.
So there's New Canaan. That was Lou Marinelli's words after the game. He was basically like, guys, the first words out of his mouth when they gathered in the huddle was, guys, we cannot play like that going down the stretch. We just cannot. We got a lot to clean up. They had some penalties too. They got the game. The first half went by fast. Second half was just, lots of penalties and lots of procedure calls and delayed games, and it was a little bit of a mess. But lots to talk about on that one. We're gonna have to dissect a little bit more, and as we get ready for Darien and St. Joe tomorrow, we'll both be at that one too. 2 in a row.
Yeah, it was nice, dude. People were showing out. Darien was in the house. Saw a couple of Darien players there. That was cool to see.
Showed up.
Staples was there. A lot of people. I met the guy. He actually came up to introduce himself to me before the game. The guy who started calling me Pete Prepwaga because I was a big fan of Fairfield Prep. He actually came up and introduced himself to me.
Yeah.
It was very funny. I was like, that's a hysterical nickname. And I thanked him, but it was very funny. A lot of people in the house, a lot of media coverage. Channel 8 was there. Channel 3 was there. Our friends, Eric Dobrats from Channel 8 was there. Ned Griffin, Dave Stewart were there for us. It was a fun game.
Really, really good time. But let's get to the scores here. There's lots of other games going on. I guess I'm gonna have to start at the big one. The other big one up in Beacon Falls. Woodland hadn't beaten Ansonia for 20 years, and the last time they did that, they won a state championship. As I hear the sirens going by me right now, but whoa, I'm gonna have to. I don't even realize I didn't have my mic in front of me. There you go. It probably should sound a lot better. Anyway, but the big one over up at Woodland, Ansonia, trying to get into the Class S playoffs, and in that game, Woodland we thought was probably the best team in the NVL this year, especially getting the Pringle brothers in there, and it was Woodland 28-7 over Ansonia. They stay undefeated. Ansonia drops to 3-3, and their playoff run right now is on life support, and that's a tough call. But Ian Pringle had 3 touchdowns, and they took care of business there in that game. After, do you remember that game last year? They lost on a last-second touchdown at Jarvis Stadium, and Ansonia went on to win a state championship, and they were looking. I'm sure they were gunning for this one, and that's a big win for Woodland, first in 20 years. I think I was at that game in 2005.
And they celebrated the 2005 All-State team before state championship team before the game.
Perfect.
I wonder so last year I was there. They honored the 2004 state championship team before they played Naugatuck, and they beat up Naugatuck in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, that game was just so. Then the schedule comes out. Got a good team this year. Let's bring the team back. The last team to beat Ansonia. Let's bring them back and honor them. State championship back to back when we play Ansonia. I like that.
I would have loved to have seen all those dudes. I mean, that was my first couple of years of the Connecticut Post, and Woodland came of age at the same time. And I just remember those dudes, Dorsch and all those guys. My goodness. What a great team that was. But anyway, tough for John Mahalko and first year coach, Ansonia coach John Mahalko. It's been kind of rocky. They won a big one against Holy Cross, but they couldn't follow it up with Woodland. Obviously they all lost to Waterbury Career Academy, they lost to Seymour, and now in the Class S race, it's looking a little dicey for the Chargers. But Woodland now looking like a state champ, as we kind of, well, I shouldn't say we because I completely forgot about them in our previous. But anyway, Woodland looking like right now a big time favorite in that division. I'm going to quickly run through the rest of the NVL scores. Derby 27, Wilby 0, Torrington 40, Oxford 20. I said in the guide Torrington's going to be in the state playoffs, and they are not proving me wrong there. I think the rest of their schedule looks pretty good. So the Raiders, your boy, 40 to 20, our boy, 20 to 40 to 20 over Oxford, and then Seymour beat up on Watertown 47 to 0. So they are also undefeated. Seymour Woodland, Thanksgiving Eve, right? It should be a very, very good one. They'll both be in the playoffs, though, so it's not like a huge deal. But then they probably might see each other again, so that'll be great. So that is the NVL scores from tonight. Let's go back to the FCAC. Ludlow 35, Trumbull 7. Big one for Ludlow. They kind of keep pace with the rest of the teams. And that Staples beat Ward 49-13. Wilton defeated Stanford 35-0. No score yet on Central Ridgefield or Danbury McMahon, unless I could be wrong. I'm going to look at that again. No scores there yet. Those are both 7 p.m. games. So that was in the FCAC tonight. The SEC was kind of where it was at, too, tonight. Some big games, some big results, too. Let's start off with Cheshire, Pete. 35-0 over West Haven in a game that who was our guy there?
Ron Buck.
Oh, no. I mean, Michael Chopak actually had 150 yards and one of Cheshire's 4 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, he had a big game for them. And so did, let's see, well, the Rams overall, 35 to, they ran for nearly 300 yards overall, right?
Wow.
That is, 15 straight times under to a touch. Yeah, so I'm just reading his stuff as I go. But big night for Cheshire, which is really catapulted now after beating Hand. That was that was their season right there. They beat Hand on the 2-point conversion. And then they bye and they come back and they beat West Haven 35-0. Cheshire never plays West Haven very, very well. And, some tough goings on. We talked about Ansonia and West Haven now. They fall at 3-3.
Well, look, when you go on the road and you win at the Surf Club, you go for 2, you show some confidence in yourself, you start walking with a different type of swagger.
Yeah. So really big game for Cheshire there. They are now I believe now they're 4-2. Yeah, 4-2 right now, and they're looking pretty good. We'll look at all those playoff stuff once tomorrow's games are complete. We'll do that on the meat grinder. But Cheshire, that's a big moment for them. West Haven now. I mean, listen, double L. I think they'll be fine, but they have a tough schedule the rest of the way. West Haven, they got their work cut out for them. So I don't know. I don't want to start doing what I do with Notre Dame. We're going to run the table. But anyway, that was so Cheshire 35, West Haven 0. Amity beat Hill House 48-6. Hand defeated Shelton 48-7. Foreign beat Bassick 47-14. Here was a big result. Guilford 23, Hamden nothing. The Grizzlies continue to surge.
Grizzlies. Love it.
Continue to surge. They had a big win over Platt last week. What are they now, right?
I think Guilford's 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1. The state's first 6-1 team, or 6-win team, maybe.
No, Hand is 6-1 as well.
Oh, right, they didn't get it. When are these teams taking buys?
Next week.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, good on you first. So yeah, Guilford 6-1.
I have the standings up in front of me.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to set the picks up for next week, so I already have the standings up.
Picks, man.
Yeah, Sean's 9-0.
I am 9-0. Finally, a little love here. Jeez, Buchanan came through for me. Lots of team came through for me. That was big. Okay, so running down the thank you, Kyle Brennan, with a little bit of shout out. We love Kyle. Kyle got us the we'll get to that game in a second. Kyle got us the big result. He was up in Woodbury, right?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. It was up there in Woodbury. Notre Dame Prep goes down to still unbeaten Ottawa. We'll go back to that. So we're gonna finish the SEC. Jonathan Law 46, East Haven 14, Lyman Hall 34, Harding 7. They're surging too. The Trojans. Notre Dame West Haven begins the comeback, 47-0 over Wilbur Cross. And here was a big result, Pete. Sheehan, 28, North Haven, 27. A little old Whoosies showdown. North Haven scores late and can't get the 2-point conversion. We've seen so many times, especially in the SEC.
That's becoming, not to get like inside football, but that is becoming a very common thing, even in like the NFL, where like the odds are favored of going for, you got better odds to go for 2 in the win than take it to overtime and risk. Obviously, the NFL overtime is a lot different than high school overtime, despite some referees not knowing the difference. If anyone gets that from a couple of years ago, anyway. But you have the chance to put the game away and win it now, and a lot of coaches are going to take that opportunity.
Yeah. Let's see. Josh Durant ran for 139 yards, scored the go-ahead touchdown with 5:02 left. Put the Titans up 28-27, and they stopped the 2-point conversion at the end there. So North Haven also in a little bit of trouble too. Maybe a lot of trouble as they try to get in there. But they are now 3-3.
Yeah.
They're falling back down the Class M standings, which got really interesting. Like I mentioned, Guilford, but Pomperog. How about the Pomperog? I just jumped right to the SWC. Pomperog actually defeated. They didn't play an SWC game. They played in the Lions game, and it was a big result. I mean, 39-0 over Brantford, a team that we like. We like Brantford. Brantford, obviously, they lost the Law a couple weeks ago, and only scored 14 in that game. Really didn't give Law much of a fight after halftime. But this time, Pomperog, which beat Barlow last week, only 10-0. Or was it the week? Yeah, it was last week, 10-0. And then this week, that's a big result, 39-0. Yeah. I saw Tony Pereira say it was like a program-defining win on Twitter or X. Someone posted that. I mean, I don't know if that's you want to. It's definitely huge for them because they've been really struggling to get back into the national, the statewide consciousness because they kind of left them for dead a bit. So as far as that goes, absolutely, that's a big win for Pomperog because now they've jumped all the way up in the Class M standings. They're right there.
Yeah, they're 4-2. Yeah,
they got New Fairfield, Bunnell, Massac, and Notre Dame Prep left. Notre Dame Prep doesn't look so scary anymore. New Fairfield, those other two though, that's going to be tough. So we'll see with Pomperog. Maybe this is what they needed to get them jump started. They've climbed over Notre Dame Prep in the Class M rankings, but. And also in the that we'll go back to the SWC. Bunnell defeated New Milford 49-6, big win there. Newtown beats Brookfield. We were looking for that comeback game for Brookfield. They were up 7-0 early, but I guess Pavia had a big game, 21-7. Pete.
Yeah, Brookfield. You got to win that game. I know it's been a while since I think it was 2008, the last time that Brookfield beat Newtown. But you got to win that game. I mean, look, Brookfield is 4-2. It's still not bad, but 2 games against Daniel Hand and Newtown, and wasn't close in either of them.
Yeah. I mean, this was close-ish, but certainly it wasn't a barn burner by any stretch of the imagination. Here it is, Pete. I said it in the guide. Weston last week chirping at us, just killing us. Put a respect. You said we were going to get blown out, yada, 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 this, that, and the other thing.
Which we also didn't say because we hadn't talked about Weston at all this season.
Well, all I said was in the guide was that get used to the kid running for the freshman. He's a freshman. And I guess not. How about this, though? Stratford 27, Weston 7. That's a big win.
Good for Coach Tyler.
Coach Tyler and the Red Devils. Goodness gracious. 27-7. I said it in the guide. They were knocking on the door last week, Stratford? And you're like, that was interesting. Who they play? Oh, New Fairfield. Stratford was right in that game with them. Yeah. And couldn't get it done.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome. I didn't see that score. Good for Nate.
That's a great job. Stratford's been really struggling. It's Nate just to get above water and Nate to knock off Weston, which is coming off a huge win over Notre Dame Prep.
Yeah.
So that was a big moment there. We don't have any score on Massac Bethel yet, right? No, I did not see that. So, all right, we're going to go back to the Alliance games. There's only 3 this week. I think these are all Alliance games. I don't know off the top of my head. But as our guy, Kyle Brennan, said, Nonawag, 35. Notre Dame Prep, 32. A big shootout win. The Chiefs with a pretty big win there, Pete. My goodness.
Yeah, they scored late. Let me pull up Kyle's Twitter. He has the video. Brady Herman 30-yard touchdown pass to Robert Metcalf with 17 seconds left to give the Nanawa Co-op the win.
Wow, that's a big win for them because
that's a huge win.
That's not a game that people usually mark as a pop. Usually go in undefeated, and they're like, all right, here comes a real team.
Yeah,
and Notre Dame Prep had Notre Dame Prep. That's 2 straight losses now.
After their big win over New Fairfield, who was unbeaten. They went into the bye, and they've come out with 2 losses.
2 losses, so they've fallen back a bit, all the way down right now to still points to be settled, but they're in 8 in Class M and fading fast. They got Brookfield next, and then they have East Haven, Newtown, and Pomperaug. I don't know, Notre Dame. I don't know. This is all good. This is all good news for St. Joe. It's right now.
Yeah.
Look at all these teams.
St. Joe's has to win tomorrow.
They're gonna, they need to help themselves, and they got a tough schedule. All right, so those are the Griswold Wheeler 62, Amistad 14. I don't know who scheduled that one, but I guess Amistad needed games. That is in the. Let's jump all the way up to the CCC. What happened tonight? Maloney coming off their loss to Fairfield Prep last week, 21. Hall gave them a game, 21-14, but they defeat them and they win their 5th game. Where are they? Oh, they're in L. They win their 5th. They're now 5-1. Maloney keeps pace with the likes of Cheshire. Cheshire, by the way, 4-2, above Maloney right now because they've beaten some big teams with lots of points.
And just not to jump too far ahead, but Maloney 5-1 has New Britain 5-1 next week.
Oof! And we saw New Britain last night, or at least I did. Yeah. Saw New Britain with a big big comeback win over Glastonbury. They won 28-22 in overtime. They botched the 2-point conversion snap on their first overtime possession, and they had to make a stop because if Glastonbury scored, they had to just kick at the kicker and just kick 3 field goals. Yeah. And so they needed to make a stop. 4th down, they stuffed Dante Castilla at the line. Just a great job by the Hurricanes. They believe, and you heard all that yesterday, and that was good. They needed to win that one big time. That was Thursday night. But going back to some of the other scores, it's in the CCC, Southington 28, Manchester 20. So the Blue Knights back in the win column. Here's a big one. Berlin 24, Newington 7. Newington's defense shows up, but the offense just can't get enough scoring going. And when you play a team like Berlin, it's got all sorts of guys who can score. That was a big victory for Caps guys. They're undefeated, Berlin right now, and that was a big test that they passed tonight.
Yeah. That's it. Newington's got to get the offense clicking. The offense clicking.
Big Achilles heel right now. They're like, but they can play D, but they struggle to score. But anyway, surging Farmington. I think this is their 3rd straight win, I think, or something like that. I don't know. 56-6 over Ram. Weathersfield 27. Bristol Eastern 0. Bristol Eastern, which almost beat
Middletown
last week. 8-6 was the final there, right? 8-6 or 8-7.
Yeah, it was 8-6. 8-6.
Yeah. And Weathersfield comes back. They needed some wins too. We haven't heard a lot from Weathersfield, but they were underwater, and now I think that puts them at 3-3.
Correct. Yep.
In CCC Tier 4, not that anyone really cares about the divisions. Tolland 22, Lewis Mills 21. Tolland off the deck. They got beat by Avon in the battle of winless teams, and it was like, you're running out of chances here, Tolland. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure it was a 2-point conversion play at some point, right? But 22-21 over Lewis Mills. Good job by Tolland getting off. We have any score in Northwest Bloomfield?
Let me check Twitter.
Goodness gracious, where's that? But anyone know about it? If you know, let us know.
No, different. No, nothing on Twitter. Let me check.
Anybody got anything on that one?
Max Preps. Anyone in the chats?
I'm not even looking at the chats right now.
Oh, according to Max Preps, Bloomfield won 16-14.
Oof. What did I say? Northwest 14 wasn't. I said it wasn't nearly going to cut it. Still didn't cut. But that's a big win for Bloomfield. You know, Ansonia did what they can't do. And Bloomfield now has won 4 straight after starting the season 0-2. So here come the Warhawks, and they're a young group and lots of talent there. And
that was a perfect opportunity for Northwest Catholic too.
Yeah, that's a big loss. That's Northwest.
There's not going to be many years to get a shot at Bloomfield like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Northwest goes down in the. So there's only 3 undefeated teams left. Carmel, Portland. We'll get to them in a second, but they're one. Yeah, Northwest goes down. Sheehan at 5-1 over. They just get all these points. That's great. That's a big win for Sheehan. I think you can kind of relax a little bit with Sheehan as far as Class S goes. We have Harding, Cheshire, Shelton, Lyman Hall. Maybe you'll relax a little bit. Cheshire is going to be a big game, but the others, I like Sheehan in those.
I like Sheehan in the rest of the way. Other than the Cheshire game, which
Cheshire game will. That's one that I don't know. That's a tough one, but especially the way Cheshire's playing lately. All right, going down. So 16-14, Bloomfield over Northwest Catholic in the CC.
According to their Max Preps page, just in case that's incorrect later.
I think they have a reliable, the score. Yeah. Platt bounce back victory 41-10 over Simsbury. In the CTC, ATI 42, final good win 13. And we don't have a score yet on Thames River Cheney Tech. In the ECC, NFA, talked about them. They're like Notre Dame, West Haven. They got a big, they're trying to surge into the Class L playoffs, and it doesn't look bad. It's not terrible, not a terrible schedule the rest of the way. NFA is now in 7th place, which doesn't mean a lot with games still going on tomorrow. But Woodstock, they get Killingly, so I don't know. I mean, Killingly, like we mentioned, Killingly, Fitz showed up for a little bit before they kind of buried him in the second half. But NFA's got Woodstock, Killingly, Wyndham, and New London left. I like their chances.
We got a message from the boss man. I believe we had someone at Bloomfield Northwest Catholic. We had a freelancer there. 16-14 confirmed by boss man Barker.
All right,
Bloomfield won 16-14.
All right.
So thank you, boss man.
We'll read all about it on CT Insider, GametimeCT.com. Okay, in the ECC, Ledyard beat up Wyndham 53-13. Woodstock Academy beat Waterford. What? Oh my God!
The Centaurs
15-14.
There's another 2-point conversion somewhere.
I would love to know Woodstock. Anyone out there from the ECC is watching? Woodstock. I would love to know how that game ended. That's a big win. I think that's Waterford's. Where are we on Waterford? I don't even know. Where do they double? I don't even know what division they're in now. Where are we? M? No. Double M?
Let me pull up the Woodstock Academy Twitter because they were tweeting stuff out. I saw Cooper Harris scored on a pick 6. So for Woodstock Academy, Cooper Harris scored on a pick 6 with 8:37 left, and came in. Not going to try and pronounce his last name and get it wrong. He had a touchdown reception for Woodstock scoring. I guess they went for 2 after Harris's interception because they were down. No, sorry. They went for 2 early. They were up 8-7 at half.
Okay.
They were up 8-7 at half. Harris's pick 6. They kicked the extra point to go up 15-14.
That was their second victory of the season. Woodstock Academy, I think they opened. They lost the East Line to start the year. They were. Oh, let's see. Who did they beat? They beat. They beat Wyndham 2 weeks ago. No, last week they beat Wyndham. Last week they beat. So that's 2 straight for Woodstock Academy, guys. Well, look out. And Waterford, they drop in the Class SS race, which is interesting. Obviously, it's a Killingly Hand invitation, but if Nottawang wants to show up and play like they did today, or maybe Law, who knows? Fairfield.
Let's ask Kyle what he thinks.
Kyle, what do you think? Is he on there?
Kyle, text us. What do you think about Nanawag class SS?
Yeah, I don't want to know what Kyle has to say about that. So that's it. NFA 21, East Lyme 0. We did the. What did he say?
I'm not. No, he didn't say anything bad. It's just funny that he texted almost immediately. I love you, Kyle.
Woodstock Academy 15, Waterford 14. That's a big win. That's a big win. That Waterford. My goodness. What happened, Waterford? Oh man, you can't lose that game. Who do they got left? They got Fitch coming up, which all of a sudden you're like, Fitch is a good team. They're 3-3, and they need some desperate wins in this. Yeah. They're in double M, which is a very interesting one. What else? What other scores do we need to do here? Do we do CT? Yeah, we already did the CT.
We do the NVL.
We did the NVL.
We did the NVL.
We did the NVL. Oh, the Pequot. Oh, poor Pequot. I got to go see a Pequot game soon. But Cromwell, Portland, 42. Valley Regional, Old Lyme, 21. HK. Ooh, another one. 28-27. Coggin-Chog beating Coventry. They needed that one, HK. And Coggin-Chog just can't seem to get that signature win. HK needed that 28-27 to get them back into the race here. North Brantford just continues to kind of roll 42-6.
I hope the North Brantford defensive line played well. Their defensive line coach hit about a 450-foot home run off of me in softball on Tuesday night. Like an absolute bomb.
Did Hailray go? Did Coggin-Chog go for 2 and not get it? I wonder. That'd be an interesting one to find out. Please send in your box scores. If you any coaches out there, if you don't get your
HK
on GametimeCT, just send it to info@GametimeCT.
HK, let's check because HK does a really good job of sending in their boxes.
Yeah, they do.
HK is one of the best. I got to get into my email.
Like clockwork. But while you do that, I'm going to read the rest of the Pequot. Granby Canton, 34. Stafford, 27.
Granby scored 3 touchdowns late to win that game.
Really? So they were down big and then came rallying back.
Yeah, I think it was three fourth quarter touchdowns, I believe.
And that puts them back into the mix now. Were they 0-2 at one point?
No.
Were they? Yeah, they were. No, they were 2. They were 1-2. Granby Canton, and now they have won 3 straight games.
I have
3 straight games.
I have HK's. Coggin-Chog missed the extra point in the first.
Okay.
So it was 6-6. Wait, hold on. Okay, here we go. It gets interesting. So it was 6-6. HK scores. They go for 2. They get it. So 14-6. Coggin-Chog scores, goes for 2 and gets it. So now it's all tied up at 14. HK scores, gets to kick. They're up 21-14. Coggin-Chog scores, gets to kick. It's 21 all. What's the kid's full name? Evans. Why does it only say Evans and not his first name? Unless I'm reading it wrong. Oh, Jamie and Evans scores 7-yard run. HK gets to kick. I don't have a time on this, but Coggin-Chog scored on a 5-yard touchdown run, and then the kick was missed.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Coggin-Chog.
Oh, hold on. I got a text. He was listening. HK gave the ball back to Coggin-Chog with the second left. They went for a field goal, and HK blocked it.
Is that right?
Yeah. Wow. According to a text, again, it wasn't in the
yeah, we have to
verify. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Chase Lombardi Bowl blocked a 27-yard field goal attempt by Coggin-Chog with 2 seconds left to seal the win. I got to read these emails more.
Yeah, no, me too. Class S is just, a lot. I mean, that's a big one for Haddon Killing, but Class S right now, I mean, they're on 13th. They're 4-2.
Oof.
Which means East Catholic fell right out.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
and
yeah.
They've been winning.
They're 4-2. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Northwest Catholic. They're Northwest Catholics. Their win hasn't even showed up here. Their loss, hasn't showed up here. So they're going to drop. They haven't fallen out. But it goes Seymour undefeated, Woodland undefeated. Those are the top 2. Northwest Catholic will drop not too far. Sheehan 5-1, Cromwell Portland 6-0, North Brantford 5-1, then Griswold Wheeler with Killingly next week. Good luck,
and,
guys.
I think we missed one Pequot score, and I have an interesting thing to bring up about that. If you want
Do
to bring up
we
the last
miss
Pequot score, Rockville.
Oh, Rockville 49. Well, it's funny. I said he only scored. How many points did he score last week? It was like not very much.
60 something. Rockville?
No. Last week it was like not. It was not nearly enough. And I was like, and the guy that said Rockville, you're slipping.
They
so points? Like they were averaging like points.
So they honored the 1990 All-State team, the 1990 state championship team tonight.
Yeah.
And the coaching staff of Rockville went throwback print on like trucker hats, like 90 style gear.
Yeah.
I saw a photo, looks awesome. So that's very cool. Granted, in 1990, in the fall of 1990, in December of 1990, I was 9 months old.
I was a freshman in high school in 19.
I was 9. Do you learn how to walk at 9? I don't know, but I was 9 months old.
No, you usually don't learn to walk until.
But the gear looks sick. The gear looks sick. So shout out to Rockville for that. I love that stuff.
Yeah, Rockville only scored like 13 points. No, they only allowed. That's what they shut everyone out. It was like 6-0-0-6, and they allowed 13 points. I'm like, guys, you're slipping.
Well, they have a big one with Craig coming up either next week or the week after.
I didn't see that Granby beat Craig too, and Craig had a huge win over Ellington.
Yeah,
last week.
Pequot's getting a little frisky.
Yeah, we gotta do a little Pequot update with some of the big games. But what other? Did we miss anything from this tonight? All right, let me. Well, then I'll quickly do last night. Obviously, New Britain 28, Glastonbury 22, and overtime. You can watch my reel on that. Enfield 62, East Hartford 54.
It was even like that last year with Draven Roberts. A lot of high scoring games, a lot of high scoring opponents.
I as soon as I saw that, I sent the email to Brian Mazzone, and I'm like, sheesh. And he's the defensive coordinator, and I'm like, dude, at least you're not the East Hartford guy. I mean, jeez. 62-54. East Hartford wants to play basketball season so bad. Let's go basketball right now. South Windsor all beat Bristol Central 27-24. Windsor beat Connor 61-0. I'm thinking about it. Connor scored 80 against East Hartford, 0 against Windsor, which almost scores 80. So, Middletown beat EL Smith 38-6. They're still undefeated, right? Middletown, geez.
Yep.
East Catholic beat Avon 44-16. Plainville 35. Rocky Hill 20.
Joey Montalvo, just quickly to go back to East Catholic, he's back on record pace.
Okay.
Record watch is intact for Joey Montalvo. I think I have the stats. Where did Dave Stewart send them to him? He's currently he's 177 receiving yards away from breaking the all-time record, 25 receptions away, and 18 receiving touchdowns short of the all-time records. So some of them are pretty close. He might, depending on how he plays next week, he might have a chance of the receiving record.
Who do they get next week? Who do we say?
No,
they get Bloomfield. Bloomfield.
I would like to see the stats for how Burbank and Caden Davis did against Bloomfield.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Just to wrap up Thursday night scores, Bullard Havens beat O'Brien Tech 49-0. Killingly was in a little bit of a dogfight. It was mentioned against Fitch, but 57-16.
It was 16-15 Fitch, and then Killingly scored.
But Killingly so good. Montville got its first win, beating Bacon Academy. I didn't even see this. Good job, Montville. Bacon Academy is just 14-12. Bacon Academy was undefeated early and starting to, teeter a bit here. Holy Cross beat Crosby 48-20. Weaver, Hartford Public, whatever the Hartford Co-op 42 over.
They are 3-2. That's awesome. This is working. This co-op in Hartford is working. They're 3-2. That's awesome.
There's still, I don't know what the story is here. There's still a score outstanding of Coventry and SMFA from last night. I mean, I don't know. Did that game get played tonight or something? Or Okay, so that is all the scores here. If you want, I mean, the big game, obviously, New Canaan defeated number one. New Canaan defeated Greenwich 14-7. I almost forgot the score. Other big games that happened: Cheshire beat West Haven 35-0. Guilford beat Hamden 23-0. Sheehan held on to beat North Haven 28-7. Newtown topped Brookfield 21-7. Stratford with a big win over Weston 27-7. Weston's like the new. They're like the cop. Remember we were Cogachog? We were feuding with them all year.
Oh, they hated us. Coggins hated us that one year.
Yeah, and Weston just came after, and then they lose the following week. Guys, you can't do that. You can't have a big win, start screaming, and then turn around and lose the next week.
Yeah,
you know, that's tough. We have any massive Bethel score that ever come through? I'm sure it was.
Let me check. I'll check Max Preps.
No, it's not in there.
When in doubt, check Max Preps.
But Bloomfield beat Northwest Catholic 16-14. Just running down some of the big results. Woodstock Academy knocked off Waterford 15-14. Let's see here. Woodland defeated Ansonia State and beat 28-7. Pringles went nuts. Pomperog, big win, 39-0 over Brantford. 39-0. Hey, good job. HK defeated Coggins 28-27. What else we got here? Anything else? Note. Law continues to win 46-14 over East Haven. Yeah. All right.
I think Law's got a big game next week. Law's got Shelton. I'm really interested to see how that
goes.
Yeah.
Shelton's just, I don't know. It's not the lower valley. The lower valley not doing so great. The Ansonia and Shelton both kind of, spinning their tires right now. But meanwhile, in the upper valley, Seymour and
Nonawag,
and I don't know but that's great. All right, so there you go. That is all the scores here. I got a reel to do, and it is 11:30. We've been.
I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted too.
For those of you who watched the pregame show from New Canaan, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to New Canaan for hosting us and allowing us to do it.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
I'm tired too. I still got to work.
No. I'll see you at St. Joe's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be dragging my butt over there. We'll see. What time is it? 1:30?
That game is at 1:30.
Oh man. All right, well, I gotta get to work. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. If you want to hear other scores, you can go back and listen to this.
I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, Amity, they won. Good big one. All right. Anyway, peace. Sign us out.